profesional, Origel, una leyenda del skateboarding.
Ya lo dijo Max. Me he dedicado más de la mitad de mi vida al skateboarding.
Yo soy Max Barrera. Y estamos in the house. Pero historia mexicana aquí, cabrón. Hey, bienvenidos nuevamente a un episodio más de México Skateboarding. Yo soy Max Barrera y estoy aquí con mi gran compañero Fernán Origel, Papirini. ¿Cómo está usted?
Muy bien, ¿y tú qué tal? ¿Qué dices?
Muy bien, muy emocionado por el invitado de hoy, porque yo tuve la oportunidad de patinar con él en Los Ángeles muchos años.
Claro.
Y él ha hecho pues mucha historia en el skateboarding antes de que fuera popular el Instagram y TikTok y toda esa basura. Y
Claro.
¿a quién tenemos hoy?
La verdad es de que este patinador para mí ha sido, bueno, no nada más para mí, sino que a nivel global, ahora ya no nada más estamos hablando de regional o de México, o sea, como a nivel global, pues es conocido en todo el mundo, ¿no?
Así
Entonces, yo lo puedo presentar o tú
Usted
yo
presenta,
no,
usted
ok.
presenta, que hoy tuviste un muy buen día con él.
Sí, tuvimos un excelente día.
Sí,
y
muy buena sesión, la van a ver.
Una sesión, los tres, hicieron ahí un back-to-back que les grabé que estuvo.
Fue un back to back to back to back.
Ah, dale. Pero bueno, para que no se quede viendo, Gareth Stehr,
Gareth Stehr in the
Hello,
house.
Gareth.
Hola, papichi.
So, how you doing, Papirini?
I am doing great.
Hey, for the
Awesome.
people that don't know you or is new in this thing, where are you from, where you come from, and how you start skating?
Okay, so like the very start is like Norfolk Island. I was born on Norfolk Island. It's a very small island in between New Zealand and Australia.
Okay.
Not many people are from there, and my family has ancestry from there, so I'm a descendant of the Bounty, which is Mutiny on the Bounty. And so, yeah, I think some of my family still lives there, but most of my family is from New Zealand. So I moved to New Zealand when I was 4, and I grew up there in New Zealand. And
For how many years in New Zealand? All your life? Yeah, exactly. When you start skating, like,
yeah,
how old are
yeah.
you?
So I mean, like all my life, I think I will be a New Zealander. Like I'm
Okay.
in Mexico City right now, but I think when I meet people, you guys and other people will all say it's like, oh, Nueva Zelanda. Like that's
Yeah.
where I'm from. Like to add the whole story that I'm from Norfolk Island is a
Okay.
bit much, but
It's more into.
yeah. I mean,
the history that you just said.
it's interesting. We can do
Yeah.
a Mutiny on the Bounty podcast one time, but
Yeah, I mean,
that's for the next one.
yeah, we're trying to just know you, like
Yeah.
your roots, how you started and everything, which is like, I mean, for example, I mean, in what I thought before meeting you, I thought you were from the United States for some reason. So many people
Yeah,
think
so
that
many
he's
people
from,
think that.
from America.
Yeah, yeah.
Until like with Max, he's like, oh no, and I met you, and you're like, oh, I'm from New Zealand and everything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's really great.
Yeah, it's super cool, and I think it's like, I think maybe at the very start when I first got to the States and I was like on Foundation and stuff, like they would write a little bit about that, but then once you were already there, it was just you were there.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe some of my first interviews or like Checkout and like
Yeah, of course.
Transworld or like whatever.
Was in California.
Well, no, I think my first Checkout was in New Zealand.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think Skin Phillips was over there on tour, and my first photo in Transworld was like
Oh,
a
wow.
New Zealand trip.
Nice.
So there's stuff, but I mean, I think I've also had stuff where I think, like I said, I was from Norfolk Island,
Okay.
and then they wrote Norfolk,
People thought
Ireland.
you were from if you were Irish.
Yeah, they thought I was from Ireland.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they thought I was Irish.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, no, Island. I say island like that, but it sounds Ireland
Yeah.
to like an American person.
Yeah.
So that people thought I was Irish. I was like, nah.
Now, so when you start skating, how old are you?
I think probably like 14.
14.
I think
Nice.
14.
Pretty young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think there's photos of me with like an old like a Selva.
Salva was your favorite?
No, like way when I was like 3 or 4.
Okay.
You know, when I was like a real little kid, and then like I didn't skate, and
Till
then
14.
so it's like when I started skating to what has become my career now.
Okay, how
Or-
make you do it? Like, what is your first contact?
Like, what was the influence? Like,
Yeah.
did you, I don't know, how did you
neighbor-
find skateboard in the first place?
Yeah. I think like just my brother.
Your
Oh,
brother.
Yeah, my
We
older
have that
brother.
in common. That happened to me as well. Like,
Yeah,
my brother
yeah.
was like making the influence on me, like, oh, you should ask our father for skateboard. And that happened to me.
Yeah.
When I turned from 11 years old to 12 years old, and then I asked my father for a skateboard.
Yeah.
did it.
Like I think it happens to a lot of people. You could have this podcast with a guitarist or a dude in a band or whatever, and I think a lot of people, it's like if you grow up and your brother is like a couple years or 3 or 4 whatever years older than you just get to a point where you think they're like the coolest person.
Yeah.
I was like, man, yeah,
You're
my
right.
brother, he's like so cool, and like he played the drums and he skateboarded, and so I was like, yeah, I just want to be my brother. So yeah, I think that's what
And at
got
some
me.
point, he started before you, or like you guys kind of like started at the same time?
No, he was skating before me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think at that time in New Zealand, and like, you know, we lived in a pretty small suburb, so there wasn't a lot of people skating. So it's like just
Yeah, that's
my brother and his crew that was like 5 years older than me.
Okay.
So I think there was times where it's like my brother would be like pissed off. He had to take his little brother to the skate crew. You know, it's like they're
what's
probably
the age difference right there?
yeah. Like I
Like,
think it's like 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I was a bit younger. Yeah. So you know, like he'd be like
19.
You are
18,
the younger?
18. He'd be 18, 19, like
Yeah.
with his cool friends going for a
Right.
skate, and he's got to take his brother who's like
Nice.
13 or something, and be like, "Wow, you're such a dork."
But that is normal. You know? Like,
Oh yeah, totally. I
That's-
mean, I think
it's how it works when you have an older
What's
brother.
your brother's name?
Anthony.
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 Oh, we gotta
Hi.
thank Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah.
You him had
there's
to
a
skate.
Yeah.
A rock star and a legend that we have.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah.
So your first sponsor was in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a skate shop or something.
Yeah, probably, yeah, just skate shops. I think there was one called City Snowboards that I remember.
It is snowboard.
Yeah. I think I might have skated for them.
It's like a
But-
Burton, something like that.
I mean, I think they had like a mini ramp
Yeah.
out the back that was like 1 foot or a foot and a half.
A mini.
Yeah, an absolute mini, but I don't think that was very long. I think then I started skating for Cheapskates, which Cheapskates is one of New Zealand's biggest shops.
And it's still.
Yeah, it's still there.
Oh, really?
There's like one Cheapskates in like all the big cities. So I think that was like one of my biggest, and then yeah, just skated for some like New Zealand brands.
So how they see you? You go to a contest, your first contest. Yeah.
Yeah, I think back then it would have been contests.
Yeah,
and
or did you like
then-
a sponsor me video?
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, not while I was in New Zealand, I don't think. Well, I think I had friends and we would put videos out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if it was YouTube back then, but or I think I don't know, but we would,
Just
I would be filming stuff with my friends, but I don't think I ever thought I would be getting sponsored.
okay, you do it for
Like
a
at
film.
the start. But
Like
then,
from the beginning, let's say like you were 14. How long did it, how long was it? Like from 14 years old until like you are starting to get sponsored and all that? Like, was it like right away?
Like, to be
It could
real.
like maybe like 1 year, within 1 year you were already like,
Nah.
like a sponsor for
Oh.
like the skate shops that you just mentioned, or
Happened to me the first year.
yeah. I
Nice.
think
Oh,
I was
nice.
pretty lucky because of my brother was a bit older as well.
Okay.
You know, like I think I did the math one time and I was like, I think I've only ever bought for one board, full price.
Oh, so it was fast then, like
Yeah, like, or,
Kinda
you
like
know,
the
I mean,
first
I'm sure there's times where there were like birthday presents from my parents
yeah.
or whatever, but I think I remember like going to a shop and buying a board once. I mean, that was a while ago.
So it's like you've been sponsored your whole life.
That was a while ago
That's
when I
really
thought about that.
Yeah.
But now I'm back to the start. Now I have no sponsors and I've got to buy the boards
Yeah.
full price back
Got it.
in New Zealand. But I don't know. Someone might know that I got a Skate Libre board today. So.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Oh. Yeah.
I was thrilled that you got used to that board because you know,
Yeah.
the shape and everything, and you were killing it today.
Yeah, thank you.
Getting out
He
there.
told me right away.
That
It's
was
like,
really
hey,
cool for sure.
I love the shape. It's
Yeah.
perfect for me.
Yeah, it was an honor to
Alright.
give you like I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that you were skating a Skate Libre board for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, okay, when you realize I'm pretty sure you're good right away more than your brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
like not like I feel like I sound
No,
like a
no,
jerk.
not jerk.
No,
It's
but
how it is.
I think it was like
This
like
happened
what I
to
was.
you too.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
happened to him.
Yeah, like I somehow like in my experience was just like I guess I was just like like my skate tricks were developed like a little bit faster than my brother, I guess.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
he also got injured. His name, my brother, and I just kept skating. But yeah. So like it seems like you were just like
Yeah,
the,
pretty
the
similar.
progression of your skateboarding was just like boom, boom, like just going up.
Yeah, well, I think it's like what I was saying too. You know, I think at the start I was probably like that jerk. You know, like oh, gotta bring
bullying
I
to
gotta
you
bring
is
gotta
like-
bring my little brother. Like this is lame.
No.
But then it became like his friends were like, "Damn, Gary's good. Like, yeah, you should bring Gary. Like he's
Yeah.
killing it. You know, like I don't know. I mean, maybe it is because I started skating with people that were 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
I think being quite isolated in New Zealand a little bit too.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just like and growing up as a carpenter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
It's
you know
like
how to build like a
like-
house?
yeah.
Can be-
I've built a 17-story hotel.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think
Carpinteros,
That's
papichi.
amazing.
I think at the start, you know, either
So-
my dad would help or my brother would help, and I think these days I could build whatever. But it was just like if we wanted something to skate, we could just build it.
Oh
So
wow.
you start building things for skate for yourself, for your brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
that's amazing.
Yeah, and like
What-
we
what
always
was the
we always had like
ramp you built.
I don't.
If you
I think
remember.
we didn't build it, but I remember we had this like aluminum launch ramp.
Okay.
Yeah, and probably just do an early grab 360s off it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just regular like ledges.
Yeah.
And then I think I built one that had like a rail on one side, and then we always, because the family is in construction, so
Yeah.
we always had some sort of little truck,
Tools.
like a little ute.
Yeah.
So like some weekends we would just try and find an empty area and just go drop off all the ramps.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's like just building ramps on your own size and like whatever you decide to learn and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing. So from that, when is the first time that you like realize that I want to go to LA and skate in California? Or how'd you go there?
Well, it was the first. I mean, the Thrasher
first tour.
tour that they came to your city, and then from there, you were skating with them at that point or something. Or
Oh,
just
no,
kinda
that- like the
sort of
tra-
the first approach.
it was
at
a
that point.
trans world.
Oh,
Trans-
I thought it was
not
Thrasher.
Thrasher.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Thrasher.
I think the first time was like
What were they filming right at that time?
It was like literally just for New Zealand. Like they didn't bring skaters.
Oh,
So they go
okay.
to
Like they just brought like Skin Phillips, who's a photographer. I think he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
came
Yeah.
and met up with a New Zealand crew
Okay.
and then did like a New Zealand trip.
You were kind of like showing them around at some point, kind of like spots.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
here and there.
sure my friends were showing around, but I think if they were picking, a crew of New Zealand skaters that can skate different things, I'm sure there was like, Bold Dude. I was probably Stehr's rail guy.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that was probably one of the first. And then I think just growing up with all the videos, you know, I think a lot of people have said it, but you know, like Welcome to Hell was probably, you know, the first thing that like really blew my mind.
That
to,
video was
to
gnarly.
make me
Video's gnarly.
to make
Yeah.
me skate the way that I skate. I
Yeah,
think
Yeah.
but you skate big shit back in the days, man. You skate
Yes.
like
Oh yeah.
huge couples, huge handrails, like
For
huge
sure.
stairs, like 21 stairs.
Definitely.
yeah.
Like you
I mean,
nuts.
It's my favorite.
It's your favorite.
It's definitely my favorite. I mean, I'm not doing tray flip nose slides like old
Dude, but
Tortuga
you're doing
over here.
real-
I've never
you're-
done one in my entire life.
What you're doing is real.
So I feel like, you know, like I think you get to an age and you learn
Yeah.
your own style, but you also learn like what you're good at.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I mean, like I would rather go as fast as I can push and ollie onto like the biggest rail, and like
And,
and then yeah, and people will be like, "Holy shit!" Like that's gnarly.
Oh yeah.
Then be like, I mean,
Impossible.
it's just because I know I'm not good at it.
yeah.
You know, like I'm not gonna sit there for 2 hours and nollie flip crooks a 9 stair rail
No,
or
but like-
or a 10 stair or a 12 stair or a 14 or whatever kids are skating these days. Like I think I would find the things like the 21. It's like, well, if I don't land it in 2 goes, like that's
know.
about it.
But that's well, in that way, talking about that, you for sure you have talent about that. Like nobody's doing like earlier. Gareth was telling me that like he was skating the 21 stairs, you know, like all in, and then he's told me that he did it second try. So you must have talent to do it like second try for sure, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's stuff, like, you know, there's a few things people always talk about, you know, and it's like Staples. Staples
Exactly.
is scary.
I know.
It's probably like twice the size of the table
Oh yeah.
that you guys are on. Like, you're rolling up and you bend down, and it's taller than you.
Yeah.
You're supposed to ollie and grind a 20 stair. It's
I know.
terrifying.
What was happening in your mind when you were like, oh, let's go there? Like, did you plan that out, or that was just like very spontaneous at some point?
It
Like,
was-
oh,
I think most of my big stuff has been pretty spontaneous.
that's so cool.
Like the you, like the.
That's so cool.
Like,
Well, I think with that one, I think Ragdoll wanted to go skate it, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Can I come?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, you could come help film if you want." Like thinking like I was not gonna skate it. So I think maybe there was a little bit of, I can't think of it, but yeah, a little bit of like, "Oh,
Motivation.
well, what are you talking about? I can't skate it. I can skate it."
yeah, you just,
Yeah.
1080.
A little bit of like, you know, self-respect or something. I want to be like, I can skate it. Come on.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Nice. No, that Hubba is just like something else. Like
Huge.
I've seen it, and like it's something else, Gareth. But then like you were there in New Zealand, just with the guys from Transworld, and then how was it like the very first time that you were like, oh, maybe I'm just going to do a trip to California, or like how did that happen, or?
I think it was lucky in New Zealand because like we have Andrew Murray, who has like a big distribution, and he had Foundation, he had Tom Yetto.
Oh, okay.
So
oh.
he just put me
Big
like
addict.
flow. So usually if you're flow and in another country, like that company will have no idea who I am. Like they probably didn't. But then I think it was pretty lucky, but like the checkout came out and it did say sponsors, even though it's like Flow New Zealand. I don't know if like they saw it and they were like, who the hell is this dude that says he's sponsored by us? But I think there's a few lucky things. Like I think my sister got married in Italy,
Okay.
and then I ended up in like London for like an urban games thing. I think I came second to that, like the same weekend that checkout in Transworld came out.
Okay.
So it was like real serendipitous. Like it was like people were like, who the hell is this kid from New Zealand that just turned up in London, came second to like Tony Trujillo,
Yeah.
and then and then had a checkout in Transworld like that same week.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
that's
that's so
amazing.
fast.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
everything
Yeah.
happened like boom, and then like, within a week.
Yeah,
you
like
were
the
just,
tour
winning a
and the
contest,
stuff in
and
New
then
Zealand.
checkout, and all of it was happening at the same time.
Yeah,
together.
yeah. Like the tour and the stuff in New Zealand would have been way before, like months
Yeah.
before. But just the
this
fact
trip-
that I was there when it came out, and like
Yeah.
Oh
walked
wow.
to like Slam City, and they were like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
like
It's
I
true?
think
clutch.
I hadn't even seen it. I hadn't seen the mag, and they were like, "Do you know you're in the new Transworld?" And I was like, "No."
No.
They're like, "What?"
That's probably like the best feeling, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. I think I have like a shaved head.
Oh,
So it's like, yeah, that's how long ago it is. Like,
Is that
no
contest?
beard, no long hair, like little tiny shaved head.
You think that's in YouTube or something, so we can see it, and like at some point that contest
You have
when
like
won
a-
it, like
yeah,
at
exactly.
some point, or
Oh,
not?
that contest.
Or like when you're talking about like how you are describing yourself, like
What? Like, I think the photo
Yeah,
for like the checkout.
yeah.
Maybe we can find
It
it.
might be somewhere. I mean,
I'll try.
I feel
I'll
like
try
my
to find
mom,
it.
my mom's probably got it. I can,
Yeah,
fi-
for
I can
sure.
find it.
Very cool if we show it.
I can find it. Yeah, yeah.
That'd
Because
be-
it's like, I think, like you said, a lot of people think I'm American because I've seen me since this point.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's photos of me out there with like a shaved
Before.
head, like no beard.
No beard.
Yeah.
But I know you without beard. In LA.
Yeah, you did.
You're
Yeah.
clean, and all punky, and fucking
yeah.
killing it every day.
Mm.
And you're killing it in LA.
Yeah.
Like,
No, thank you.
and you start painting in LA.
Yeah. Hmm.
Pretty much, you're like,
Well, I mean, like I was painting at school,
yeah,
and then I think when I left high school, like it was either art school or skating,
okay.
and so I'm pretty glad I chose skating, but.
But they're not
Skateboarding,
together.
skateboarding is such an artistic thing.
But you're both. You're a skater
Yeah,
and an
yeah.
artist. We
Yeah,
talked
it
about
doesn't mean that I had to stop painting. I think the start, it's like lots of tours, lots of contests,
Yeah.
but I
Skate
think
life.
yeah, like I think I always had a sketchbook. I was always drawing, and then I think it just got to the point where it was like I knew enough people, or I had certain friends where I was like, oh, can I just have a show at your salon or like skate shop? And then I had a crew in LA that was like pretty cool, and like we just started doing group shows with everyone.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, this month it's like the theme is like Willie Nelson,
Mm.
and everyone would do their version or something, and then this month would be like something else. And then a lot of those people are like some of my favorite artists now, or like some of my good friends. It's like LA was a good place to start.
Yeah.
I think art world, now that I've been doing it for 20 something years, it's a hard place. But I think that's why I'm pretty excited to be in Mexico.
You got to have our show here in Mexico City.
Yeah, I'm going to.
You're going to.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
Yes.
for sure. You guys
Yeah.
keep an eye on it for sure.
Yes. We
Yeah.
have to tell you guys where is the art show.
So
Yeah.
what happened like after the London trip, the European trip, and stuff like that? Like afterwards, what happened?
Like
Just-
I
you
think
went to America right after that, or something like that. Like
I
because
think-
I bet that like people started like, oh, this is Gareth.
I
about,
think
like-
after that, like luckily, like when I was in London, like I think there was an America tour, like a UK tour,
yeah,
and I think a couple dudes didn't turn up, and I think I skated for America, like New Zealand, same thing, like Flow, like, but I was just like, hey, can I come with you guys? And they were like, I think they were like,
yes.
oh well, Reynolds didn't catch the plane, and I think someone else missed the plane, so I got to go on that trip, and then I think after that I got to go to the States, and I stayed with like Justin Regan, who was in charge of America at the time.
Yeah.
But I think like the first big thing was to go to the trade show. Like I'd already come back to New Zealand, but Andrew Morrison, who's in charge of the distribution and stuff in New Zealand, he invited me to come to the trade show and actually meet También, meet Foundation, and I think there was a part where I think it was the first time I met Josh Beagle, who's like my brother now. He's like my best friend. But like I think got dropped off at his house, and he was just like, "Who the hell is this kid?" And then I think they had a tour, and so it was like I think I went over to meet people, and then they had a tour, so they were like, you can come on the tour." And I think, there's posters for that tour, and it's like, like Ethan and Corey, Shimizu and everything, and then the bottom it says like introducing Gareth Stehr and Leo Rivera. That's the like introducing on that poster, and it's like, Leo's
That's
one
history
of
right here.
skateboarding's
dude.
best today.
That's
It's amazing.
So
it'd be cool to have one of those posters.
So when you like the approach, say like from when you went, from that trip, which was like an America trip, and then were you skating for Foundation yet? Like, or that was kind of like, how was the approach? Like you were like sort of already like a skater for Foundation at that point. Or?
I was already flow. I think. And I think that whole America trip happened, and then I went back to New Zealand, and I was still flow the whole time. But then when I went back,
How they make you pro?
pro, how?
Yeah.
So like that first tour, like that was just where was it?
No, that definitely wasn't. I did the first tour, and it was like, they were pretty strict back in the day.
Really?
Like I did the tour,
and
then I think they had a big meeting. I wasn't, and they were like, "What do you guys think? Should we put them on the team?" And I think I was pretty stoked, because they told me, they were like, "No, everyone was stoked." Everyone was like, "Yeah, put carry on." Yeah, but then I think, funny story, I think they turned me pro because of Lord of the Rings.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Really?
Because I think I had a pro wheel for Pig before I went pro for Foundation. Because I think Lord of the Rings came out, and it's from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And it was very cool. My brother worked on it.
Yeah.
And
the
like,
movie.
and then, like he was just like a sound guy. But I think like I was like, dude, how cool would it be to make like one of the rings, like a wheel
Like
graphic?
a wheel.
Wow.
Yeah. And then so they were like, "Oh, okay." And then they just gave me like a pro wheel for Pig. I think it was.
What was the graphic? Like
It was just the ring.
Just
like
the ring.
Lord of the Ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have it right here.
Yeah, you read it?
It's like your love of the ring.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've had them.
Yeah,
I think I've had two that my mum has sent me. And it's like from New Zealand. It's like from the studio.
It's the best writers in the history is Tolkien.
Yeah, Tolkien.
Tolkien is the best, man. Like he made me fucking read in my life.
Yeah.
The way that he told you everything.
Yeah, see.
It's amazing.
That's amazing, man. Like I'm just like I mean, talking about the podcast, like sometimes when we bring skaters and like we notice so much that like we didn't know. So like right now that I'm listening to it, I'm like, damn, I'm thrilled listening to all of this for sure. But, like, so like that happened, and at this point probably you are like not. Are you filming for that's life part at this point, or like I'm going?
Yeah. Like I think that life came out before I was pro.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know art pro before.
Yeah. I think maybe that was a part
That make you
of
pro.
making pro. Like I think That's Life came out, and then I probably had maybe another interview, like did a Thrasher interview or something. I don't know. Like I think That's Life. I was still
The
am.
blow-up thing.
I was still am.
All right. When he came
I
out,
think.
you were.
I mean, I don't know.
I think.
No, but like that. I mean, that video is such a history of
Iconic.
skateboarding. Like
Very
literally,
iconic.
wherever you go, like people go like, "Oh, that's live video part." The other day we were like with Rudy Garcia, shout out to him, and then, like we were just on his birthday party, and then he.
Oh yeah, the
He goes
tattoo.
like, I have a tattoo of like That's Life, and then Gareth wearing bananas on it. He's like, "Dude, I need to
Yeah,
a
we gotta
photo
get
of
that
and
photo."
stuff like that. Yeah, I'll show that
Yeah.
photo. But like, you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say here is just like that impact a lot of like that was an impact to a lot of people, that video for sure.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a real special part of my like skate career that I'm stoked about, because like you could look at it and there is like some like absolutely bonkers amazing videos out that year.
Yeah.
or around that time. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah,
like
that
like
time
you
was
you
everything.
can't be. You're right. You know, because like the cinematography, the film and stuff.
Everything.
But the thing is like that's life hits people in the heart.
In that, yeah. In
Yeah,
the sense
so
of
it's
like,
pretty
you know what I
cool.
mean? Like, if you think about it, you're like, oh, these guys were like going hammers every single trip or like whatever they went. They was just like hammers. And then like the way it is, just not the style and all that is just like really unique. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your first graphic? You design your first graphic? At that point, you already paint? No.
I mean, I was always drawing, and I think the whole time at Tamieto, they were pretty cool. I did graphics for them
Cool.
a bunch of times,
Yeah.
and I gave
For another
and,
brands.
I mean, but like, I mean, that's a different part of the story. But I think like while I was at Tamieto, like, yeah, I think I did graphics for them a few times. I mean, they had a great graphic design.
Of course.
Set group of people. Some of them are my best friends for years or whatever. Like I can draw stuff to a certain point, but then I'll scan it, and then I have to hand it off. Like I'm not good at the computer.
Yeah, digital thing.
Yeah. But I mean, there was also tons of times where it's just like, you know, having ideas with people. Like
Yeah, it's like collaboration.
I remember I don't think anyone had ever done the Andy Warhol banana for like a skate graphic, and I was like, why has no one done that?
And you do it.
And then like they just did it. Like it wasn't my board, it was just for Foundation, and I was like, yeah, do like a pink one and do a blue one and do a yellow one. And they did them, and I don't know how they sold, probably pretty well, but I
That
think
sounds rad.
I think since, you know, other companies have done it, like it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And it's real cool.
Yeah.
But I think my first graphic was another artist. I don't think I can remember his name right now, but it was super cool. I don't have it anymore.
You don't have it?
I think there's a skate shop in New Zealand that has it on the wall.
The very first
Yeah,
profile
and I'm
of
like,
yours.
dude, can I get my board?
No.
It's like,
Yeah, they're like, no,
they got a wall.
nope. Yeah, like I'll remember it and we can chuck it in the edit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
for
because I mean, I wish like
sure. all day.
I'm bad with names. Like I used to like his art was in all the bars in LA. His art was up in like Echo Park and stuff, and I think people probably saw it and then introduced him to come do stuff for Foundation, and he did like my first graphic, and it's just like I think
You think for that you just paint in wood now, you art, but you not paint in, he not paint in canvas.
you know
He paint in wood, and he
Nice.
make everything with the hands.
Oh, that's really
Right?
rad.
Like he make like the frame.
Very artisanal.
Yes,
style.
yes. And he not paint in canvas, paint in wood.
yeah.
So
Craft.
you think come from skateboarding that like
I think I mean
that love?
yeah,
creativity?
when it comes to art, it's hard. I think when you hear other people trying to think or say where it comes from everything.
Yeah,
Comes from my entire life. You know, like I've grown up as a carpenter.
yeah,
You know, I love the fact of using like a skill saw and then gluing and clamping and making this. Sometimes I make it perfect and sometimes it's not perfect. And sometimes the imperfections is what
Is the
makes it
perfection.
cooler. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, it also increases my ability to have whatever idea I want.
Creativity.
Like if I want my painting, you know, it's a panel, like it's not canvas, but if I want it to be like a weird shape,
yeah,
I can make that,
yeah.
you know, because there's a lot of like old artists who make some abstract paintings, and it's like I've got ideas, I want to make something similar to that, and if it's like I've made stuff and where it was like, I don't know, eight triangles,
Yeah.
but then when you hang it on the wall, the triangles all fit together. Or like I've made a lot of skulls in my time. I've made a lot of skulls, and they're all cut out. So it's like when it's in your house and it hangs, it's
different.
it's cooler than just, you know, like not talking shit. But it's like, to me, it's cooler than just like walking to the art store and being like, oh yeah, I want this canvas that's this size.
Okay.
Like I can make whatever I want.
Yeah, more originally.
Yeah, just the creativity of like
Yes,
all
they-
of it is really cool. You know, it's just like infinite at some point. Like it's not like like a regiment. Like you go like, oh, it has to be this way or that way. Like where you're saying like maybe I did it this way, but it was kind of like, improvising. But like at the same time, you loved it. For example, it comes to my mind like. That montage where like you're painting like a wall or something, and then like you
that's
gave that. That's like a
amazing.
really, really, really amazing idea. You came out with that idea. Like I saw a video.
Oh, the
right?
skate
So, like,
one?
There's just like two
Yeah, yeah.
ramps and stuff like that, and you paint like the back, or actually the art is yours, and then like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
skate it
yeah.
afterwards. So like that's really amazing. I love that when I saw it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Like I had that idea for years, and I just didn't know how to make it work. And I think like I was in New Zealand and I had a show, and I think I was like almost like running out of time. Like I had a few weeks left for the show, and I was like, I have to make this work. And, like I had my board set up, and I had a hole cut in the middle with a spray can in the hole. And then I was like, yeah, maybe I can skate and just move my foot and get it to work. And it was like that fucking wasn't working. Not working at all with like, especially trying to do like a wall ride, and I made those things so tight that the wall ride was hard, but I mean it makes the whole thing better. But then I was just searching for like ages, trying to be like, how do I get this to work? How do I get it to work? And then I found like a thing that was like an automatic spray for like flies or whatever. Yeah. And you could like set a thing that would be like every 30 seconds. And I'm like, okay, if I time it, and then it just goes off. And I'm like, no. I bought it and still didn't work. But then like I found a guy who was like a robot guy.
Well, you mean a robot? Like a robot?
Robot.
Like Robocop?
Oh yeah, he was an actual robot. No, like that show where they have like robot wars?
Yeah.
And I have like this one, and this one like
and
sets
fire.
fire, and this one flips this one over, and this one fucking has a saw.
Yeah.
I met a guy
Yeah.
who that was his job or something.
Make that robot.
That was his side job or whatever. And I was just like, look, here's my skateboard, here's the spray paint. I want a button that so I can like hold it, so I can be like do a wall ride and be like shh. Yeah, and then he was just like super cool, and he was
making
just,
happen.
yeah, totally.
Wow.
That's amazing. That video is really cool. Like for sure, that's such a
Yeah, like I
great
really
creativity
want.
right there.
I have to like ship that board over so I can make one here, like because we probably can't do it at PX, but we can find a place to do it live.
Yeah.
We just set something up so people can come and sit there, and we'll charge them $10 million.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, but like they can see like actually how it works, because it's like, it's
The process sounds very clever, and then you gotta be on point to make it happen. So,
Well, yeah, and it kind of tells the whole story. Like my last show I had in Auckland, New Zealand, or like whatever. I keep it kind of separate. Here's my skateboarding. Here's my art. It was me absolutely putting them both together.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't have made that without skateboarding,
yeah,
and I couldn't have made it without art.
Yeah.
that was
So
like
it's
a combination.
that
as we
piece
said.
is
like
like
a combination of both.
Yeah.
That's key. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
amazing.
I want to make more like that.
More
I've
of
got
that.
other
We should
crazy
plan
ideas.
something out. We just plan
Yeah,
something
yeah.
out. So we. I
should.
can go there and film that for sure if you allow.
Yeah. Well, like my other idea is like, because I do it with panels,
Okay.
so you could land on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, have like maybe not 21, but like, like a 15,
Yeah.
and then have a panel at the bottom,
Yeah.
but it has like all like maybe like balloons
Balloons with paint.
full of paint. So you ollie it and then you
Wow.
land it, and it's just like,
Damn. That's such a good idea, dude. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Apúntenle.
Yeah, those are really cool secrets right here revealed.
Yeah.
We shouldn't
Totally.
really
Oh,
reveal
shit.
them. Let's
Don't
just keep
spill all my
just kidding,
secrets.
just kidding.
I mean, because this is also a part where it's like in my mind, that's my crazy idea, and like there's time I might do it and be like, dude, that was so stupid.
No, but like, I
But
mean,
like
it's
the fact that that first one, like the wall ride one, yeah, like that was in my head for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, like maybe the ollieing stairs onto balloons is a bit silly, but it's like I'll still give it a go.
Yeah. Sounds totally possible.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it happen, man.
Yes.
You have the power. You're a fucking sweetheart.
I know.
guys,
man.
That's it.
That's
You
for
can
sure.
see him all punk and
Mm-hmm.
all like badass. He's a badass. That's a sweetheart.
I know. Yeah,
And
that's really
he
true.
still skate really well, but pitching.
Like you, yeah, a professional skateboarder, you
Yeah.
know, from like a Foundation Skateboards pro guy, you know, from the States. Like, I mean, that's in that sense, I always thought that he was from America, but then like, oh yeah, I don't know, for some reason, the fact that you're from New Zealand made it cooler in my mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
And now let's pass. How do you feel Mexico, Paparini? Now,
Or how was the approach since the
Yeah.
beginning?
No, at
to
the
know,
beginning.
right? Like, why he was like, oh, let's go to Mexico, you know?
but I think it's the energy of Mexico, no, to attract you here. Of course, I always.
Yeah, of course it's Papiti, but
He's the reason why you came.
yeah.
No, it's not.
You
it's-
brought people. You brought the
No,
energy.
no, no.
The energy you're talking about now.
No,
yeah.
it's him, not
It's
me.
there.
The best master that he have is him, you know.
Yeah.
In the end, I can be told him all my life, hey, come to Mexico. And
That's so cool.
How I say so many skaters. And he just say, fuck yes, now is the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think that's the biggest serendipitous part. It's like he's probably been asking for 10 years or 12 years or whatever. I think the fact that I came right this month, this year,
yeah,
is
for something.
perfecto, you know, and it's like the stuff, the art scene is booming here in Mexico and the skate scene is booming. So I think it's like, it would have been, I think we were talking about it, like it would have been super fun.
Yeah.
Like we would have fun no matter what. Like skating and
Whatever
hanging
time.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it would have been super fun if I came 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that I came right now was like
Perfect
perfecto.
timing.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect timing.
And how you feel in Mexico, man? Really. You can say here whatever you want. Fuck the whatever. Like I don't like the fucking
Express yourself.
streets.
No, I feel
whatever.
good. I feel good. I feel like my patience is real short.
Oh, really?
So in my head, I'm all like, I want to speak Spanish tomorrow,
Yeah, no.
but it's gonna take a few months. So I mean, that's like the only bad thing. The only bad thing is like, oh, I wish I learned Spanish 10 years ago, so I could turn up and have. I could do that. I could do this in
He
Spanish.
speaks Japanese. He speaks
That's-
Japanese.
Yeah, choto.
He speaks Japanese.
Arigato.
Really. Arigato.
Yeah,
Moshi
gato
mush.
gozaimasu.
You know,
Sí.
Arigato, moshi moshi.
Yeah, sí.
Bueno. No?
Bueno.
Moshi moshi.
Arigato.
Konnichiwa.
No, but you are really good. You know, that show us the respect and the sweetheart that you are, but not so many people, they come into Mexico and try to speak Spanish. And you from the day one, you're right away like, how do you say this? And
Yes,
oh,
sí.
what you say it? Oh, like you
Así es la vida.
Así es
Así
la
es la
vida.
vida.
That's la
life.
vida.
That's
Así
life.
es like no, and he's working in a fucking video part for Mexico.
No, of course. We're
Sí.
filming
Our show, video part,
everything.
and you
is coming
have
together.
2 weeks here.
What?
3
You have
weeks.
2 weeks.
He's asking
here?
like.
Oh, that's how long I have been?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think
We're
I
thinking
think
about it.
three.
3 weeks.
Three.
now.
It's nothing.
yeah,
it's-
sí.
So he's living here in Mexico, and it's pretty. Yeah, we're pretty glad. Like the whole, I guess, Mexican skateboarding industry, they already so you came here and then everybody's just like welcoming you and like getting to know you. And
I mean, like I had.
everybody's just like saying, "Oh, he's such," because how Max said, like you look, oh, like rock star, like rocker, da da da, da. Like he might be like scary to talk to or something, and then the minute people talk to you, they realize that like, oh, you're such an easy guy, easygoing guy and stuff like that, and then that's amazing. Yeah.
Well, it's like I was saying, it's like I had photos saved and I'd sent photos, and it was like first day skating, and I was like, what is it? The obrigado?
Oh, that's thank you in Portuguese. Obrigado. Gracias. You mean?
No,
Gracias.
the spot, the Hubbas.
Oh yeah, Álvaro Obregón. Yeah. Obregón.
Oh yeah, Obregón.
Obregón.
Yeah, Obregón was like, oh, that's like the first spot that I want to skate, because it's like, then Mexico can see that I'm here. And we were driving there, and the guys are like, oh yeah, we're going to the manual spot. And I was like, I'm not going to skate the manual.
That Hubba right there is such people didn't really skate the Hubba before Gareth skated it, and then like all of a sudden he goes like, oh yeah, I'm ready, can you film me with my phone? And then like I filmed that first. And then he was like filming and then like taking a couple of slams flying out on his chest sliding. All of a sudden he just like landed like a 50-50 there, which is gnarly.
It's
like,
gnarly.
you
Nobody
look at it, it's like so steep and like
That's it.
that was like the I'm here, Mexico.
I mean, like I said, it's like, I had that in New Zealand, and it's like sometimes I have ideas, sometimes they're crazy, sometimes they're cool, it's like I want
Crazy for me.
it's like what you said, it's like maybe I'm a bit of a crazy sweetheart, it's like I want to show Mexico that I'm here to be a part. And it's
You're
like,
part of it now.
Like
already.
the first thing was all like, dude, I need that fucking Thrasher shirt. Like, where's the Thrasher shirt with the Mexican flag on it?
Yeah. He all into the first day. I want my Thrasher with the Mexican flag.
Yeah, that's
I need that shirt.
He got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Send me a photo.
He got
it.
So tight.
Yeah, from Chilango.
Yes, see, from
We skate today
Chilango.
really well in
Gracias.
Chilango.
Mm.
Oh, gracias Chilango. We skate today in Chilango.
Yeah, see?
It was fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Was fun, really. So now, how you see if you have the magic, how do you say,
Stick.
the magic stick? What you like to do?
Oh,
here?
wand? Are you trying to say wand? Like the magic wand?
Yeah, exactly.
What you want to do in Mexico?
Just learn more. And like have an art show and work on that stuff, and like be able to meet more people. It's like, I've got the best crew here. I've got these guys and Oscar and like Ed, and like I've got a great crew, but it's like just meet more people and know like which I'm going to, like, it's just like, I think the art show is going to be like a big, like open a lot of doors.
Yeah.
And just be able to like have a base.
Yeah.
Have a base here in like the mix.
The art show is good to be in PX Sports.
Yes.
It's good to be there, no?
See.
Yeah, so, to be ready for that art show and PX Sports. There in Condesa.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah.
We are thrilled. Yeah.
And you have some guests in your art show, no?
Yes. See,
Who it is?
Oscar Meza.
Oscar Mesa
It's
painting.
Oscar Meza.
All right.
See, and Hanford.
Shout out to
And
Oscar.
Harfoot is my friend
Yeah,
from Guadalajara.
Yeah, see.
He paint the pants.
Yeah. So
I need to give you your pants, actually.
Yeah. Both. I think, like, it's all quite different, but I think that's how art shows work, and it's going to be the first one at PX, so we're not saying there's not going to be 10 more, so the first one, we're going to make it good.
Yes. Yes.
And maybe something we will talk about, but like about Scalibre graphic or something like that coming up in the future. We'll talk about it for sure, but that'll be really cool to have something,
do
of
some
Gareth,
collaboration.
like really
Like
cool.
this.
rise art, you know, because like I'll have one straight up in my wall for sure, like from your art, definitely. Like,
Yeah.
No, you
There'll
see,
be like few pieces also, like you know, there'll
Yes,
be like
like a tree.
like a
Yeah.
tree,
Magic tree.
But
Yeah, yeah.
that's a really also like something coming definitely. But yeah, Gareth, that's amazing. I mean, like I wish I don't know. There's like a lot of things that I wish I could know about you. Like
Yeah.
for example, earlier he was talking about like when he ollied the 21 stairs
21
and stuff like that. That was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
really cool to hear for sure.
How you feel now for jumping 21? I can't anymore.
How do I feel now?
Do you think you can do it like now?
Fuck no.
But you're still gnarly though. You're still
Yeah,
getting
no,
gnarly.
no. Like I feel like in my head,
Yeah.
I think that I would be okay to skate like a 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but
21.
there's also another part of my head that's like, and you were telling me, I don't have to fucking do that anymore.
No.
You,
You
have
know?
to prove nothing. Dude.
Yeah, I don't have to,
Really
but
nothing. You're a legend.
yeah, it's like there's a part of me that's like I still want to for my own self.
Yeah. For not prove nothing,
Mm-hmm.
just for
Yeah, just for me.
for feel in life.
Yeah, see.
No.
Así es la vida.
That's
But what was the little story for? I mean, for the 21 stairs that you kind of like told me earlier, like
Oh.
about like you know, it basically was like a manual pad and.
Well, are you gonna
Listen,
edit? Are you gonna edit that part to be the same as this part? Or?
No, that's something different. That's something else. This is something else right now.
Oh,
Right
okay,
now.
so same story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I also told it on the other one as well. But it's like we went there to skate a manual pad.
A manual.
Like a manual pad is the spot at that school.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was like, I'm not good at manuals. I'm not the best at foot tricks. There's some in my video parts. I think I've got one flip trick manual, and that was in my last video part in
Yeah.
Melbourne, you know, and
Yeah.
like I was so stoked. You know, like fucking I think that last part I was probably like 30, 35, 36 or whatever, and I'm like, I got a flip trick manual. But yeah, anyway, the spot was to go to that, and I think we were all getting in the car to leave. And then I think someone was like, Gary, you should ollie this
Fucking 21 stairs.
21 stairs.
Fuck that.
And then
Wow.
I was just like, had a look at it, and yeah, gave it a go. Lucky it
So the ground was perfect. It's just
No!
It was
No.
Oh.
Like, yeah,
Didn't
like
know that.
I think I did a video with the Duran brothers. Over,
Uh-huh.
and we did one at the spot, and I went there, and I was just like, there's like a crack
before.
right at the top of the stairs.
Did you
But-
bondo it or that was just
No,
like let's go for
no,
it?
it didn't do anything.
And that
But
time
it-
did not use
it-
bond.
It had like a real good, like it wasn't the greatest, but it was like downhill.
Oh.
So like I
wrong
could
way.
just go as fast as I wanted.
And
Like it was
just
just like push, and then like ollie before the crack, and it was just like, whee!
So you only before the crack, not even where is the end.
Yeah, no, before the crack.
So that is not 21, it's 21 stairs.
22
That
or
is
something.
like 23.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's longer.
Yeah,
Definitely.
no one ever bought me a ticket to go to the ones in France. What was
you-
that?
you
That's
wanted
like
to-
25?
Where Ali Bolada skated it?
Yeah.
Those,
Yeah, I
those
think
are like
Jules
25 or
did
something,
it.
right?
Yeah, Paris.
Big
Yeah.
melon or
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like,
one point you
I
wanna-
feel like, I don't know. That was just like, this is the first time I thought about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just like, oh. I mean, maybe back then I was
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
oh,
Sure, yeah.
why don't I just go do it?
Yeah.
But I think for years, like Elliot tried it, so it was like, you know, like he said, I'm a sweetheart. I'm like, well, I want to leave it for him to do it.
Okay. Give
know?
a chance.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But then I think by the time Jaws did it, it was probably like
You take your time to.
Yeah. I think when he did it, I was probably not even skating.
Oh, you stopped skating a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I was like making more art and building choppers and motorcycles.
motorcycles.
And stuff. Yeah. So
Oh, it's all right.
yeah.
Do you have a motorcycle in New Zealand? Or you always have had like a motorcycle in your life?
No, not always. Like I think I got into it when I was in LA, and then I had a really cool one in Melbourne. But then now they're both sold, so we'll see how this Art Shop PX goes, and I'll buy
It's
a
got to
bike.
be cool. Is your-
Yeah. I'll get a bike over here at Mexico City because I've got pretty cool chopper buds.
Yeah, it
And,
is. Just
Coyote.
here is different. Here you need ice in your back head.
Yeah, see.
I know, you just gotta take a look everywhere.
Everywhere.
Traffic and all that, but I mean,
Traffic,
yeah.
the streets.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
All kinds of shits. But hey, Gareth, really, thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much
I know.
to be here, to give us your time to this Mexican community of the
I'm
skateboarding.
gonna play some subtitles for sure, so people
Yeah,
really
sure.
understand.
Oh,
everything that
yeah.
you
Yeah,
said
I mean,
and all
I'm pretty
that.
sure, I'm hoping.
In 2 months, we're going to make another interview.
Yeah.
And you're going to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a number 2 because like this
Yeah.
one went so fast and
Yeah,
like
they
we
go
want to
fast.
talk about so many things, but like
I mean, we
time
could just do, this is like the big
Yeah.
first
This is
one.
the first one.
sure, for
Next
sure.
interview.
And then we could do just weekly with
Spanish.
Gary.
Yeah,
Let's come one day a week and talk about something.
Yeah.
we're gonna have great guests just as yourself, and like I
Mhm.
personally I want to say that like I'm really thankful that like you came here, you took the time and everything, and you're such a great person, an amazing skateboarder and everything, an amazing artist, and then we'll see a lot of from you in the near
Yeah,
future and all
gotcha.
that, and this is the first episode. There's this episode number 2 coming up, and I don't know, with the Gareth, I filmed that 50-50, on the Hubba of Obregon, and I saw
Yeah.
so many comments like
Yeah.
Corey Duff, like so many comments of like
Yeah.
amazing pros as well,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn,
Damn,
Gareth is the
Uh,
man, and thank you so much.
We can do something. We have some presents for you. A present
Yeah,
for the guys. The looking
lucky,
lucky
13.
distribution.
Yeah.
13 is a distribution from Mexico.
Hey.
So we have a present for
shirt.
you. It's Emma, you want a grip tape? You have beat for you, Gareth.
lucky 13, lucky 13, there you go.
And 1 or 2.
2, yeah,
So 1 or 2.
2 for sure.
I don't know if I'm gonna. Oh yeah, okay.
You can write that. You can write that.
Okay, boss.
Black. One and
Oh,
one.
we changed that one for. Oh, you like more black then?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Here we go.
I know my people. I know my people.
Yeah.
No, like I was so stoked. Like today, I was telling him, I was like, dude, I'm not used to riding boards with that stuff on it, but with the Skate Libre board and like a trace today, got some tricks.
Yeah, we
Yes.
got tricks.
So for last, a message that you want to give with love to this Mexican community of skateboarding.
Yeah.
A message.
Me?
Yeah. Whatever you want to fuck yourself and go skate. Whatever you want.
Así es la vida. That's like my favorite. It's like that's life. It's like my part that I'm stoked on, and now I know how to say it in Spanish, and it hopefully be the name of the art show at PX is Así es la vida.
Así es la vida.
So it's like, yeah, go.
Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Nuevamente aquí en México Skateboarding. No olviden de suscribirse. para que-
Y la campana también para que cada vez que salga un video nuevo,
Tenemos campanita.
o sea, si le dan ellos clic a la campanita, pues,
Ajá.
por ejemplo, si se les olvida, les recuerda la campanita para que sigan viendo los videos de México Skateboarding.
pues denle la
Este-
campanita. Para
Este es un episodio increíble con Gareth, la verdad, es uno de los mejores que hemos tenido y vamos a tener más, ¿no? Pero
esto no va
claro,
a parar.
suscríbanse, comenten, compartan
Sugerencias.
todo, díganos qué opinan de Gareth, o sea, a ver, lo trajimos aquí para ustedes, entonces, por favor.
Mándale mensajitos de amor a este. Gracias, nos vemos.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Gareth. Let's go eat tacos now.
Gracias.